Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome back to Tea Time with Mr. T. And joining me again is my faithful buddy, George, the stuffed gorilla. Now, as always, to start off Tea Time with Mr. T, boys and girls, let's get our teacups up and our pinkies up because we are so very fancy. And we're going to come in for the clink. Okay, boys and girls, we have another really cool story for you this week, don't we, George? Yeah, we're excited to share it. Hello, 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 hello. Mrs. Fox, what are you doing here? I'd like to listen to the story today. I'd like to listen to it. Yeah. Why, absolutely. You can just go ahead and have a seat right over here and enjoy that story. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. Yeah. Okay. Well, Mrs. Fox, it seems to be very excited about that, isn't she, George? But we're glad to have her. We're glad to have you all here to listen to this wonderful story. We'll get to it in just a Mrs. Duck. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to interrupt. What are you doing? Nothing. Just hanging out over here. You're just hanging out on. Okay, that's. I wanted to say hello to the boys and girls. I haven't seen them in a little while, and so I wanted to say hello, boys and girls. Hello. It is I, Mrs. Duck, your bestest duck friend. Okay, well, you want to join us too and watch or listen to the book? I would love to. Would that be okay? Of course, Mrs. Duck. You can join us at any time. All right, I'll just go have a seat right over here. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. All right, Mrs. Duck. Thank you very much for joining us. Today, our story is Please Bring Balloons, and it is by Lindsay Ward. All right, look at that. That looks exciting. I wonder what this is about. Please Bring Balloons by Lindsay Ward. It appeared unexpectedly, peeking out of the polar bear's saddle, a hint of paper. Please bring. Emma carefully folded the note into her pocket. She'd never heard of polar bears writing notes or asking for balloons, but she decided to play along just in case. The next morning, Emma stopped by the carousel on her way to school and tied a single balloon to the polar bear's saddle. "Hope you like red," she whispered, and for just a second, Emma thought she saw him smile. When Emma went back to the carousel that afternoon, the red balloon was still there, with something tied to it. Please bring more, it says. She thought. This must be important. After Emma had tied the last string, she hopped up onto the polar bear's saddle to wait. At first, nothing happened, but then slowly the polar bear began to move. As they started to lift off the ground, Emma wrapped her arms tight around the polar bear's neck, and up they went. They flew higher and higher. A girl, a polar bear, and a cloud of brightly colored balloons. Emma pointed to her house, small and glowing, as they drifted above it. Farther and farther they went, toward the North Star. As the wind began to blow stronger and colder, Emma snuggled her face into the polar bear's fur until everything below disappeared. They landed with a quiet thud. Emma slid down his back, sinking into the snow. She had never seen anything like it. But before Emma could say anything, the polar bear set off north, his paws crunching with each step. "Where are we going?" Emma asked as she trailed after him. The polar bear was quiet. They floated on icebergs, scaled icy mountains, and trudged through knee-deep snow. Emma was thankful she had worn her boots. "What, Mr. T? Mr. T? Ganga, what's going on? I had to ask, where are they going?" Where are they going? That's a good question. Boys and girls, where do you think they're going here? Where are they headed? That's called a prediction when we make a guess like that. Where do you think they're going? Ganga, where do you think they're going? "I don't know. Maybe surfing? Boys and girls, do you think they're going surfing?" Maybe. We'll have to find out. You want to have a seat and find out? "Oh, yeah. I'll go sit down over here. Later, bros." All right. Let's see where they're going. Finally, they crept up over the last snowy hill. And Emma gazed with absolute wonder. It was a polar bear rumpus. And it's a band playing, and their band name is called the Bears. Wow, a lot going on there. Did anybody guess that? Polar bear party? Emma and the polar bear danced and danced. It was after midnight when the sky opened with snow, each flake lightly kissing Emma's nose as it fell. It had been a perfect adventure. Emma and the polar bear waved goodbye as the iceberg slid into the night. Emma slept on the polar bear's back as they floated home, and didn't even wake up when he tucked her into bed. The next morning, Emma went to the carousel to find everything as it always was. No sign of any balloons. Even if it wasn't real, it was the best adventure I've ever had, Emma whispered as she hugged the polar bear. And there, tucked in his saddle, was another note. "Please bring a bicycle. PB." It says, "Love PB. Love the polar bear." Okay. What did you guys think of that? What did you think, George? You like that? Yep. Yeah, that was a really cool story. I have a couple questions for you. Who were the characters in this story? There wasn't a whole lot, but who were they? And what was the setting? What was one of the settings of this story? And finally, what happened at the beginning of our story? What happened in the middle? And what happened at the end? What was that final note asking for? All right, boys and girls, thank you for joining us. Thank you to all of our guests who came here today, Mrs. Duck and Ganga and Mrs. Fox. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Boys and girls, thank you for joining us for Tea Time with Mr. T. Now, once again, we put our cups up, pinkies up, because we're so fancy. And we're going to come in for the clink. We'll see you next time, boys and girls.